Some things never stop being funny. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 most rewatched scenes in comedy movies. For this list, we're looking at those scenes in comedy films that just have to be revisited from time to time for a good laugh.
Look what I got here! Hey, where are the white women at?
Number 20, Brennan and Dale's fight. Step Brothers.
You get out of my face, or I'm gonna roundhouse your ass.
You swear on your mom's life that you didn't touch it then?
John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell have proven more than once that they are a match made in heaven. And few scenes represent the pair's man-child brilliance as absolutely as the sibling fight from Step Brothers.
You don't take responsibility for your actions, and that's why this is all your fault.
Well, you're a mama's boy who's too chicken to sing in public.
What starts as an argument about taking responsibility in Arrested Development quickly devolves into blunt force trauma, straight-up attempted murder, and a burial.
That's how you die!
I was faking. I used ninja focus to slow my heart rate down.
What are you doing?
I'm burying you.
I'm alive, man, I'm alive!
You're waking the neighbors! Shut up!
Up until this point, Brennan and Dale had not exactly hidden their contempt for each other, so the fight served as the ultimate payoff for a hilarious sibling rivalry between two of the film industry's greatest childish adults. Number 19, Mrs. Cleary's Advances, Wedding Crashers. Even if some of the movie's jokes fall flat or have aged poorly, Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn's bro-tastic chemistry elevates Wedding Crashers above many similar raunchy comedies.
Johnny, I need to talk to you.
No, not right now.
In less capable hands, Jeremy drilling John about what exactly happened when his love interest's mother came onto him could have been unintentionally cringy.
Are they built for speed or for comfort? What'd you do with them? Motorboat? You play the motorboat? You motorboating son of a bitch, you old sailor, you.
If Vaughn showed even the tiniest hint of embarrassment, this scene would have fallen straight on its face. However, the actor delivers the motorboat line with such confidence and dedication, any potential cringe factor gives way to hearty laughs. Number 18. Shaun is oblivious of the zombie apocalypse, Shaun of the Dead. Even in 2004, zombie movies had already been done to death. So Shaun of the Dead needed to start things off with a bang.
No, I haven't got any change.
As Shaun stumbles down to the local shop while failing to realize that the neighborhood has collectively acquired a taste for brains, Edgar Wright's movie instantly sets itself apart from the competition.
An increasing number of reports of
Serious attacks on people who are literally being eaten alive.
Hilarious as it may be to watch Shaun change the channel on the apocalypse, this sequence also pushes to the forefront the film's social commentary, a staple of the zombie genre since the days of Night of the Living Dead.
Jeez, look, I'm really flat and everything, really, but I just... And hold it there. Yeah, just get her off me!
Number 17, Buddy Meeting Santa, Elf. Will Ferrell has a knack for infusing his characters with a sincere innocence that warms the heart, and Elf's Buddy exemplifies that.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town.
Santa! Oh my God! Santa here? I know him.
In a scene that embodies Buddy's childlike enthusiasm to perfection, the feral-sized elf reacts with a hint of excitement to Santa's impending arrival. Even if Santa does not quite manage to live up to the hype, Buddy's infectious energy is just one of those things that can put a smile on anyone's face.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Whether it's Christmas or a warm July morning, Buddy's Santa scream is medicine for the soul all year round. Number 16, Trashing a Printer, Office Space.
Yeah. If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great.
Simultaneously hilarious and an accurate take on life in a cubicle, Office Space oozes frustration out of every fiber of its being.
What did you steal? Call it a going-away present.
Whether it's Peter getting grilled about a company-wide memo or Samir dealing with broken office equipment, the employees at Initech are on the brink of a complete meltdown, a feeling that is definitely relatable. So, when the recently fired Samir and Michael destroy a broken printer with Peter, the scene is not only cathartic for the characters, but for everyone who's ever worked in an office. The soundtrack is just icing on the cake. Number 15, Fogel as McLovin, Superbad.
Yo, guys! What's up? Fogel, where have you been, man?
You almost gave me a goddamn heart attack.
Compressing the awkwardness of high school into a 2-hour experience, Superbad is packed to the brim with memorable scenes.
Wait, you changed your name to
McLovin?
Not to take anything away from Seth and Evan, who are great main characters, but Superbad's ultimate scene stealer is the one and only McLovin.
What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What, are you trying to be an Irish R&B singer?
While far from the smooth-talking 25-year-old's only awesome moment, McLovin's introduction is the stuff that legends are made of.
It doesn't even have a first name. It just says McLovin.
What? What name? What name? Who are you, Seal?
Like all of the best jokes, this routine has a ton of swearing, manages to reference Seal, and has just enough logic to make the absurdity of the situation stand out. Number 14, A Giant Johnson. Austin Powers, the spy who shagged me. Considering all the stiff competition, it takes something truly special to tell a great joke about the male anatomy.
Oh my god, it looks like a huge...
Pecker!
Oh, yeah.
In an inspired sequence that elevates a visual gag that could easily have targeted low-hanging fruit, Austin Powers proves that the sky is the limit when someone has a thesaurus and the willingness to go where only the best Saturday Night Live alumni dare go.
What's that?
Well, it looks like a giant... Johnson. Yes, sir.
Splendidly edited, brilliantly paced, and climaxing at just the right time, Austin Powers' Johnson sequence deserves a standing ovation for setting a new standard for jokes about the male member in cinema. Number 13, Negotiating with Flaming Dragon. Tropic Thunder. Les Grossman does not negotiate with terrorists, something Tug Speedman learns the hard way. Very much playing against type, Tom Cruise's balding and profane studio executive steals the show in every one of his scenes in Tropic Thunder, none more so than during Les's verbal slaughter of the Flaming Dragon gang.
First, take a big step back and literally your own face!
As Les delivers a beautifully profanity-laden and bizarrely inspirational speech prophesying a scorched earth future, Matthew McConaughey's agent can only look on with bewilderment and panic, feeling shared by the flaming dragon who might just have met their match.
I will massacre you! I will you up!
Number 12, The Price is Wrong. Happy Gilmore. Some jokes work better on paper than in execution, but there is no universe where a fight between Adam Sandler and Bob Barker on a golf course could be anything other than comedy gold.
I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
Happy Gilmore represents Sandler at his angry best, but the Bob Barker fight scene works on an even more primal level that does not require context.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Reflecting Sandler's SNL roots, this scene could easily be envisioned as a standalone sketch, as each moment builds upon the previous before reaching a predictable but still hilarious punchline.
No. Now you've had enough, bitch.
Number 11, Canned Heat, Napoleon Dynamite. On its own, Napoleon Dynamite's Canned Heat dance scene works as a quirky and well-choreographed skit that is mildly amusing. In the context of the story, it serves as a selfless act by a socially isolated character who is not always the most likable. Especially when the film was originally released, Napoleon Dynamite stood out by centering on a nerdy misfit who was kind of bizarre and knowingly awkward, which is the type of character typically restricted to secondary roles or throwaway gags. Napoleon is a unique character, and this dance reflects that flawlessly. Number 10, Hello, Mrs. Doubtfire. Robin Williams' innate comedic talent shine through in pretty much everything the actor did, and Mrs. Doubtfire was no exception.
Can I give you a hand? Oh, no, dear, I don't need a hand. I need a face.
Even many years after its release, Mrs. Doubtfire manages to generate laughs out of even the most mundane of situations, including making tea and indulging in a bit of cake.
Hello! Ah!
Williams flip-flopping between his Daniel and Mrs. Doubtfire personas while trying to keep Mrs. Sellner in the dark is a treat to behold, culminating in a punchline that is just the right type of silly.
This is my nightly meringue mask, part of my beauty regimen.
Even after all these years, a cake to the face is still funny. Number 9, You're Entering a World of Pain. The Big Lebowski.
Over the line!
Huh?
I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
Whether it's Jesus' dance or the dude's dream sequences, The Big Lebowski is not exactly lacking in unforgettable scenes.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
Hey.
While the whole movie is endlessly rewatchable, Walter's passionate speech about the importance of following the rules is something else.
Smokey, my friend, You're entering a world of pain.
In just a few minutes, a harmless conversation about a Pomeranian dog escalates to a near hostage situation as Walter uses the barrel end of a gun to convince Smokey that his toe did in fact slip over the line.
Is the whole world gone crazy? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules? Market zero!
Along with some fantastic dialogue, this scene has a certain intensity that only John Goodman can bring. Number 8. Stonehenge. This is Spinal Tap. Now, here is a scene that knows how to raise the laughs to 11.
You're suggesting
Stonehenge. Stonehenge. It's the best production value we've ever had on stage.
But we haven't got the equipment.
This is Spinal Tap is the mockumentary to end all mockumentaries. A hilarious ode to rock music that treads the fine line between stupid and clever.
And oh, how they danced. The little children of Stonehenge.
In a film filled with great moments, the Stonehenge performance steals the show just for its sheer majesty and hugeness. While everything that happens at the concert is just fantastic, the fallout of the pint-sized Stonehenge debacle might be even funnier, with David St. Hubbins finding the perfect words to complement such an epic visual gag.
I do not for one think that the problem was that the band was down. I think that the problem may have been that there was a Stonehenge monument on the stage that was in danger of being crushed by a dwarf.
Number 7. Abby Normal, Young Frankenstein. Picking a standout scene in Young Frankenstein, let alone Mel Brooks' entire filmography, is a daunting task.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits?
As impossible as it is to get tired of the Puttin' on the Ritz musical number, that show-stopping performance takes a back seat to a smaller moment that simply lets Gene Wilder and Marty Feldman do their thing.
And you won't be angry? I will not be angry. Abby someone. Abby someone.
Even removed from the film's context, the Abby Normal exchange still manages to land thanks to the cast's performances, the direction, and the immaculate dialogue.
Abby Normal. I'm almost sure that was the name.
It is comedy at its finest, something that could be said about the entirety of Young Frankenstein. Number 6. The mirror scene, Duck Soup. Even with the endless cartoon parodies in existence, nothing comes close to the 1933 version. The Marx Brothers created a true timeless classic with Duck Soup, and the mirror scene is fully deserving of its iconic status. As a disguised Pinky tries to imitate Firefly's movements, the charade grows increasingly more absurd as Groucho and Harpo Marx demonstrate their full mastery over the art of slapstick. Even if the Marx Brothers cannot take credit for conceiving this type of routine, Duck Soup's mirror gag is comedy perfection and will continue to be referenced for decades to come. Number 5. An explosive dress fitting. Bridesmaids.
You look amazing.
I mean, that dress is so pretty, it makes my stomach hurt.
For better or worse, toilet humor has been a pillar of comedy movies seemingly forever. Built on the foundation laid out by all the poop jokes that came before it, Bridesmaids took the concept as far as it could go while giving the cold shoulder to good taste in the best way possible.
No, Megan. No! No! Look away! Megan, no! Look away! Oh!
Contrary to toilet humor's reputation for being lazy, the food poisoning sequence is a masterfully paced routine that gradually escalates from one extreme to the next, as it goes to places that leave even the characters themselves in disbelief.
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It happened. What are you doing? It happened.
Number 4. Chest waxing. The 40-year-old virgin.
You need to wax that right out. Boom.
Does it hurt?
No, waxing don't hurt. I mean, not unless you a bitch, you know what I mean?
Like most Judd Apatow flicks, the 40-year-old virgin has an air of authenticity that helps sell its more sentimental beats. Andy's chest waxing might very well be the most realistic movie makeover ever. In fact, Steve Carell genuinely got his chest hair ripped off in the name of entertainment.
¿Cómo se llama? No, Kelly Clarkson!
Compared to the rest of the movie, this scene was shot in a more minimalistic manner, so nothing distracts from Carell's genuine reactions to being waxed.
This is not a good look for me!
You look like a man-o'-lantern.
Comedy is intrinsically linked to pain, and the 40-year-old virgin refined that concept to its most primal form. Number 3. Katz's Delicatessen, When Harry Met Sally.
What are you saying, that they fake orgasm?
It's possible.
Get out of here.
Whether it leaves someone laughing or recontextualizing previous escapades, When Harry Met Sally's deli scene will not be forgotten anytime soon.
Oh! Yes! 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 Yes!
Thanks to what is truly a convincing performance, Sally leaves the self-assured Harry completely speechless. Although another patron does chime in with the perfect line.
I'll have what she's having.
Along with inspiring a flash mob recreation in 2013, the deli scene serves as perhaps the greatest showcase of Meg Ryan's comedic and acting talents. Along with just standing quite well on its own, this moment is comfortably the most hilarious scene in a consistently funny movie. Number 2, The Black Knight Duel, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
But I must cross this bridge. Then you shall die.
In a world populated by killer rabbits and rude French soldiers, anything can happen. While on a divine quest to retrieve the Holy Grail, King Arthur's travels lead him to cross paths with a particularly stubborn Black Knight.
You are indeed brave, Sir Knight, but the fight is mine.
Oh, had enough, eh?
Look, you stupid bastard, you've got no arms left.
The ensuing duel is nothing short of legendary, as the King of the Britons bravely faces and even manages to disarm the mighty Black Knight. Even with a central plot adding an element of cohesiveness to proceedings, the Holy Grail is still a byproduct of Monty Python's sketch comedy roots.
What are you gonna do, bleed on me? I'm invincible!
And like the best sketches from Monty Python's Flying Circus, the Black Knight routine never grows old. Fun fact I should probably not share with the entire internet. When I was in high school, my friends and I recreated a bunch of scenes from the Holy Grail and handed it in as an English project. The Black Knight was one of those scenes. I was King Arthur. I wore a bathrobe. It was very important. Anyway, can't say I've recreated our number 1 scene at any point in history, but I would be willing to as long as my safety could be assured. So, let's look through the honorable mentions and then we'll find out our number 1 rewatched comedy movie scene.
But I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. One more time, guys. Oh, Lord. Oh, jeez.
Come on! Do it! Cut it out, Mo.
I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
Oh, really?
And every morning I wake up without a scratch on me, not a dent in the fender. I am an immortal.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, The Newscaster Fight, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Rick, where'd you get a hand grenade? I don't know.
Endlessly quotable and forever immortalized through memes, Anchorman and its newscaster brawl scene have more than cemented their places in comedy history. Taking a break from satirizing the 70s broadcasting culture to stage a pseudo-Western standoff featuring some of the early 2000s most recognizable comedians, Anchorman absolutely revels in its overconfident stupidity and cartoonish humor.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
While the sequel does an admirable job of trying to recreate the magic by throwing in a multitude of new faces and a minotaur, it is just very much retreading the same ground as the original Anchorman.
Yeah, I stabbed a man in the heart. I saw that. Brick killed a guy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.